Economic plans and programs, with economic transformation taking center stage. He also established the Ministry of Small Business and Development under the leadership of Lindiwe Zulu. We saw an interview with the minister, with Vuyo Mvoko, in the previous hour. To talk more about the government's economic plans, we are joined by Cas Coovadia, who is the CEO of the Business Unity of South Africa. Cas, it's so good to see you. Welcome to the program.
Good seeing you, Leanne. Thank you.
Were you happy when you heard an announcement for a department entirely focusing in on small businesses?
Well, I think it depends on what it does. We all know what the problems are related to small business. One is non-financial support, the other is finances, and a big problem is red tape. So I hope the ministry doesn't spend more time on finding out what the problems are and actually starts getting down and dirty and implementing and doing something about the bottlenecks that have been actually found to be there.
Yeah, and bottlenecks indeed, because I mean, if you speak to small businesses, it is very frustrating to just register a company, never mind to actually start working.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, I mean, this is hopefully going to be the solution, and I do say hopefully.
Yeah, I think it focuses the mind. It concentrates effort on getting small business going. But again, you know, the trick is always in whether having focused the mind, having identified the problems, which we've done over a number of years, are we now prepared to actually take some of the hard decisions and get the things done and address issues related to labor policy, issues related to red tape, issues related to who does the non-financial support, and getting SMEs to the stage where they can actually raise finance in a sustainable way and get their business going.
Yeah. You said something interesting before we went on air. You said that by forming an individual ministry, in a way you're compartmentalizing small businesses. Just elaborate a bit on that.
Yeah, I think that one of the dangers of putting something into a ministry is to actually say, okay, now this ministry will deal with it. It's this ministry's responsibility. And that's it. Whereas small business development should be sort of pretty much at the core of our economic policy. Because we all say that small business development growth, small and medium business development growth is going to create jobs. It's going to be the engine for job creation. And if it is going to be the engine for job creation, then it's got to be pretty much very, very close to the center of our economic policy. So I think that I'd like to see some integration between the Small Business Ministry, DTI, Economic Development, and Treasury, some sort of coordination, and beginning to talk with one voice about our economic policy. And our economic policy should be saying we are open for business, we want to attract investment into this country, we want to develop small and medium business and enable them to be sustainable, so that we can get economic growth, move away from the 2.3 to the 2.8% sluggish growth that we have, and begin to address some of the problems of inequality and other problems that we have in this country.
What about the minister that will be running this department, Lindiwe?
I think Lindiwe Zulu has shown herself to be a pretty competent person. I think she comes across as a pragmatic person who's serious about what she does, and we certainly look forward to working with her and seeing what role business can play, and business can certainly play a pretty central role in this. Yeah. What role we can play, and work with her in ensuring that when we're talking again in a few years' time, we've actually made real progress in getting SMEs on the ground. Yeah.
Well, this is great expectations in this department, but hopefully Lindiwe Zulu, the lady for the job, because many people talking very, very highly of her, which is very comforting. Yeah. I want to get your opinions, because I know that the organization says it's disappointed that Minister Pravin Gordhan has been moved from finance. How are you feeling at this point?
Look, disappointed in the sense that Minister Gordhan has done a good job. He's created certainty in markets, he's created confidence in markets, created confidence in the international investor sector. And I think in a ministry like Treasury, consistency is good, and continuity is good. But having said that, I think we are pretty happy with the appointment of Minister Nene and his replacement. Good. Minister Nene has been deputy for a few years. He's gained the experience. Certainly our interaction with him has been a very positive one. And so we are very happy with the appointment. I think we must also say that I think if there was any place to put Minister Gordhan, where they put him into cooperative governance, I think that's an important ministry. I think we need to get municipalities right. I think there are serious dysfunctionalities in some of our municipalities. That's where the rubber hits the road when it comes to service delivery. That's where the rubber hits the road when it comes to local economic growth and so on. So I think Minister Gordhan would be a very, very good person to actually begin to make inroads into some of the problems we have there.
Good. So moving into corporate governance and traditional affairs could actually be a good move and a strategic move by the President to put him there. Yeah, good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. But then in terms of the Finance Minister, Nhlanhla Nene, it's a big position that he's coming into, but he does come with a lot of experience. I mean, he's been Deputy Minister under Finance Minister Trevor Manuel and Pravin Gordhan, so he's been there, he knows what he's doing. So lots of comfort. Did the markets like it? Did business like it?
Yeah, I think generally business is okay with that. Okay. And you know, if it was somebody totally new, somebody who had no experience, I think it would have been a problem.
Yeah.
But here's somebody who's been in the ministry for a number of years. Certainly business's interaction with him has been a positive one. He's a pragmatic person, he understands the issues, and I think he will continue along the policy path that's been set.
Excellent. Cas Coovadia, thank you so much for talking to us here on the program. Cas is the CEO of Business Unity South Africa, talking about the appointments particularly affecting the business industry, and having a look at that small business ministry that's just come about, and of course our new Finance Minister, Nhlanhla Nene. Thank you again, Cas.
Thank you.
All right.